I do believe in celebrating those cultural differences that we have in terms of, in a sense of empowerment and just kind of learning your heritage. Not as a point of, I hate you because you are not like me. I don't support that. I'm talking about in terms of an importance of my history, my heritage, and helps shape my worldview a bit. I try very hard in my life to be an example of recognizing the differences that we do have in terms of like cultural differences. And again, particularly this is unique to America. So if you're not in America, you might not fully appreciate this, but I do believe in celebrating those cultural differences that we have in terms of, in a sense of empowerment and just kind of learning your heritage, right? Not as a point of, I hate you because you are not like me. I don't support that. I'm talking about in terms of an importance of my history, my heritage, and helps shape my worldview a bit, right? But to your point, we want to celebrate all people because we recognize that we are fundamentally much more similar than we are different, right? On a much more, even if you got on a microscopic scale. But I did want to make a point about my general worldview in terms of something, again, practical that we can all always do. Very difficult at times, but I think it leads us to be a bit more inquisitive than judgmental, is to try to be more curious. You know, when it comes to, when you were talking about, we were talking about different cultural backgrounds, right? Again, I was in Asia, so that's different than my lived experience. They have different cultural values over there than we may have in America, and even the subcultures that we have within America. But there's certain things that are very much the same. People want to have good lives. A lot of people want to build families. They want to have children. Parents want their children to do better than they did. There's so many commonalities because we understand we're the same people. It's just packaged a little different. Maybe we eat different food. Maybe our language is a little different. Maybe we have some traditions that are different, right? But outside of that, everything else is virtually the same. We just package it in a different format. So don't think that, you know, like you're so special. It's just, there are some variations and I do believe in celebrating them, but don't make it make you think that you're so isolated and you're so unique that you're not a part of the same background that all the rest of us are from. And I think that if we are a bit more on the curious side and we ask more questions, number one, it will be easier for us to allow us to go on this journey of self-discovery. It will allow others to, because instead of judging them for presenting in a way that we don't understand, which is okay, I will ask questions instead of shame. Instead of saying, oh, you're weird because you're wearing this dress right now. As a man, I might say, why are you wearing that dress right now? What does that do for you? Or how did you come to a place of understanding that you felt that that's something that you wanted to do? It's not something that I would do, but I'd like to understand why you do it. Because, for example, we know Scottish people may wear them, and Celt and Irish people, you know, they might wear those. It's a cultural thing. Some people might be like, oh yeah, I would never do that. Okay, that's fine. But I think it's important just to understand, if we ask more of those types of questions, maybe we would be more understanding of one another. Maybe we would allow people to figure out who they are, because we wouldn't shame them or make them feel bad as they're trying to learn. And then we as a society could maybe have a better harmony, right? That's a piece that I feel like we miss. We're so quick to judge. We love making these snap judgments, particularly online. And we don't know the whole story. We don't have even 50%, 75% of the context, right? Because you just listen to about 10, 15 seconds of something and you're like, yes, this is what it must be. And we're talking about humans and their perspective and their lived experience. So let's be maybe a bit more curious about what people go through, about ourselves and what we've gone through, and do our work, as Carlos has said, so that maybe we can be more understanding of others and give them the space to figure out who they are, just like we want in return.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.